crossing. He put in 27 crosses and only connected on one of them.
Mm-hmm.
2. Last year, though, he was doing that same exact thing, but 5 or 6 of them were working out, so it made it look like he was doing really well, when really he's...
when you do it so much, that's when your coach comes up to you and says, when Trent has the ball, you find Mane and you stick to him.
Yeah.
Like in situations like that, obviously. Because, I mean, if that's their only way to score, not their only way, but you know what, if that's like their main way to score, you're going to find a way to plug it. But I think also with Thiago, the thing is,
Robertson is also his effectiveness since Van Dijk's been out is...
I don't think Thiago's and I didn't watch that much of him at Bayern, but from what I've seen at Liverpool, he's not a through passer, which is what they've had. He's more of a sideways pass, possess it tight kind of player, and that's not at all what Liverpool's ever had.
He can play that through ball, but that's not what he's looking for usually.
No.
Yeah. He's looking to try and spray the ball out and trying to create space.
He's very compact playing, which is... Yeah.
I don't know how... why English commentators love him so much. Like, I don't... Like, he's a great player, but I don't think he's as good as all the praise that he's getting. Like, we talked about, he hits the ball different. Like, get the fuck out of here, man. Since he's been in Liverpool, I'm pretty sure Liverpool have only won like one game that he started.
It's got to be
I think it's something like that.
It's got to be just his CV. I mean, Bayern or Barcelona to Bayern.
Yeah. But then and then Robertson. If you look at his production from last year and everyone knows that Alexander Arnold's suspect at defending. Yeah. So we don't need to harp on that. But Robertson, really, if you look at how he plays when Van Dijk is in the team, because Van Dijk usually plays that left center back, so Robertson can go forward, and then Van Dijk is usually he's so good that he can cover both center back and left back, and then it makes Robertson look great. But I don't think Robertson, especially like we were talking about at the beginning of the year, whether who's a better left back, and I think now it's starting to show that Luka Digne is better than Robertson. And as much as I fucking hate to admit it, Luke Shaw in the past few weeks has been the best left back in the league because he's actually starting to go forward and attack, and his defending when he's already back is phenomenal. His 1-on-1, but when he's tracking back and he's jogging, that is the only thing that pisses me off about him.
Then you don't need to be getting up.
Exactly.
He doesn't have the stamina. So what I'm saying is, I know we want to find flaws in Luke. I know everybody wants to find a flaw in Luke. If he's going to get forward the whole game, you can't get mad when he doesn't come back.
But that's his position. His job is to get forward, support the attack, and then get back on defense. So if he doesn't have the energy to go all the way forward, then he shouldn't be going all the way forward and letting the left mid do that. See what I'm saying? Like Robertson was well able to do it last year, get forward and get back. And this year he just looks worse because he doesn't have Van Dijk there, right? And then Luka Digne, he can get forward and get back. So saying that Luke Shaw can't get forward and get back is okay.
I'm saying he shouldn't have to race back because Maguire, and ad nauseum I've said this, because Maguire is not covering the adjacent left back spot that Shaw has left. Maguire is on the heels of whoever's playing defensive mid trying to play defensive mid. So you cannot have it both ways. Either Shaw needs to attack or he stays back. You can't have it both ways when your center back is Maguire.
I mean, I see what you're saying, but I don't think that happens as much with Maguire as you're letting on. Because anytime Maguire does go forward with it, Shaw does stay back, and I'll give him credit for actually staying back because it surprises me. But like Maguire usually is in around that area because what was frustrating to me is that then when Maguire kind of shifts over to the left when Shaw goes forward, is that there's a giant gap in the middle between the other center back, and that's when Wan-Bissaka comes way too close to the other center back, and then that leaves the whole right side of the field wide open. I'm fine with Shaw getting forward and coming back, but when he's coming back, it's not the fact that he's not getting back; it's the fact that he's jogging coming back. When your first priority as a left back is to defend. See what I'm saying?
But if you get 2 assists a game, is it your top priority to defend? We want to say he's playing stellar.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah. If he has that offensive output then yeah, you can't really shit on him for not getting back. But it's just.
Well, do we ever talk about how great defensively Lucas Digne is, or do we talk about how really good he is at set pieces and getting the ball upfield?
I mean, yeah, you have a good point.
That's what I'm saying is that but he's able to do that because he has an experienced Michael Keane behind him playing on the left-hand side. That's why Coleman doesn't go up. He's got Mino on that side or whoever else. Maguire gets too far up, and I don't think he has the defensive awareness to be, like as you said earlier, an A center back. He's never.
No, yeah, he's not an A center back.
No, sure. He doesn't. He does not orchestrate the back line. Whenever something happens, he's got this fucking sad puppy look on his face, and he doesn't. Yeah, he needs to man up and get people in the fucking right spot.
It's even worse that he doesn't have a goalkeeper that will yell at him. But I've been trying to. I've been watching Maguire whenever United have the ball, and I've been trying to see what you're saying. And he does do it sometimes, but I don't think he does it nearly as much as like you think he does.
What I think is that if he does it at all, it's too much.
No, but then you've got.
Who does he leave behind him?
I mean, yeah, he leaves Lindelof behind you.
If you're the better defender, you've got to be the most dependable. Like
but then if Van Dijk does it for Liverpool, like Van Dijk did it all the time last year, and
who does he have beside him?
Joe Gomez, but
who's fast as fuck.
Yeah, but come on, Joe Gomez is not a good defender.
No, he's not, but he's fast enough to put pressure on the through balls that do slip through.
So then, if Maguire does go up and Bailly is there, you're fine with it.
Yeah, yes, wouldn't you be?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I agree, but
not only that, but AWB would be back as well. Because he doesn't get forward. I don't want AWB. If we're going to ignore the right side, let's ignore the right side.
But the thing is,
we need to put Greenwood out there and give him loads of space and just knock him in.
All these teams are just giving AWB all that space because they know that he's not gonna be able to do anything. Which past few weeks he has been getting a lot better with his delivery. I'll give him that. But this is another thing about Shaw that frustrates me is that he's had this ability to do this the entire time he's been at United. But it's only now that he has a competition, and the same thing with last year, that he's actually doing it. That's the most frustrating thing. You have it inside you. Everyone knows you have it, but you just weren't doing it because you were like, I'm going to be in the team no matter what I do.
Who are some famous Mourinho attacking fullbacks?
Maicon, one of the most famous attacking left backs ever.
Who else?
Let me go through the list of teams. He had Ashley Cole. Who's the?
Were they attacking fullbacks?
Ashley Cole was 100% an attacking
before
fullback.
Mourinho got there.
Yes.
Right.
So, Luke Shaw was an attacking fullback before Mourinho got there. Yeah, he broke his leg. Yeah, he was. Look at him. Look at him at Southampton. Look at him when his first season at United and how far forward he got. You can make all these faces you want, but you know I'm right.
I actually saw an interview with him last week. He started at right mid.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is where I think he should be playing all the time. He's really good at small-sided play, too, I've noticed lately. Like, he's good at getting the ball off of his foot at the last second, right when the person goes for it.
Yeah. But again, the most frustrating thing for me was he's had it inside him the whole time. And only until Brandon Williams came in that you kind of saw it. And then now that Telles came in, he's, like, really putting on the pressure. But, I mean, last year when it was
I think it's
right after lockdown.
I think it's a little more to that too, though. Is the fact that Ollie came in and was shipping people out.
Yeah,
and I think that falls. Yeah. Of course, he's bringing people in, and that has its effect. But when Shaw's looking at they just sold Lingard.
Yeah,
or Lingard's not playing.
Yeah,
people like that.
Because then we were starting Ashley Young at left back when Luke Shaw is way better than Ashley Young. But it's the fact that Ashley Young gave a shit.
He's coachable. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why he was starting above him. And that's just the most frustrating part about Shaw is that he has it inside him to be a really good left back, potentially world class. And the only reason he doesn't do it is because he knows I'm going to be starting left back no matter what. So if he has the competition, then he actually starts to press on. Because last year, whenever he took a free kick or a corner, he would hit the first man every single time. That was every United player until Bruno came in. No one could get past on a corner. Every time United got a corner, I was like, it's not even going into the box. It's going to hit the first man, and that's it. And then Telles came in first game and was crossing it in, getting it over the first defender, and it was like a breath of fresh air. And now all of a sudden, Luke Shaw can take free kicks from the left hash mark and cross it in like it's nothing. Like, that's the frustrating part for me. But then there's games like against Leipzig away. No one had a good game then, but it was so clear to everyone watching that Bruno was trying to take it quickly. Puts the ball down, pass it to Shaw. Shaw is like sees him put the ball down, looks away, looks back, and the ball is there, and then we lose it. And then Williams comes on and wins the free kick almost immediately, and then Bruno hits the post off it. So that's what I'm talking about, is that Shaw has this thing inside him where he's like, I can just coast here because I'm going to start and that's also another thing. I think Shaw doesn't see football as like, this is what I love to do. He's just really good at it, and he just sees it as a job. So like Ronaldo lives and breathes, like, okay, comparing Shaw to Ronaldo is not fair, but see what I'm talking about? Like, you got our Bruno. You got a player like Bruno who lives and breathes for it, where Shaw, I feel like, just is like, this is my day job.
Okay. You got a theory. I think, when did Shaw come to the club? 14? 15?
When did Van Gaal?
15?
14 or 15, yeah.
It's 15. You come into
2014 going in 2014-2015 season, right?
Yes.
Moyes came in 2013-2014. And then that summer going into with Van Gaal is when Shaw came in.
And then we brought Shaw
with Memphis.
Coming out of the Southampton Academy.
He looked phenomenal then.
Yeah, it looked really good. He was the most promising fullback at the time.
Yeah, without question.
Yeah,
$25 million was a bargain at that point.
Yeah.
Then he breaks his leg, which is very unfortunate.
Yeah. And that probably does a lot to it. Obviously the leg break, yeah. But I don't think it's a matter of like fear of why he won't play how he used to play. But it is, I think, because he was injured for so long that he did kind of lose an ethic.
Yeah.
Also, being injured and not being a part of the squad that struggled with Van Gaal and Mourinho for the majority of the time, I think that's kind of where you get your lackadaisical. Like, I've seen managers come through here and just completely shit the bed. Do I want to be a part of this? I have been a part of this. Could be a little bit of that, but I think Shaw is the type of player with the temperament and the attitude to.
If you shit on him, he's just gonna let it wash off him, which is okay. Sometimes you need that,
right?
But then there's other times where it's like, no, seriously, we need you to give a shit.
But it's also, you got to let Shaw do what he wants to do so that he'll do what you want him to do. It's like a bargain, and I think I kind of figured that out. If you let him go forward, he will come back to defend, whereas Mourinho would have been like, you need to stay back and defend because you're not defending at all. Take away his attacking responsibility.
What Mourinho was always saying was that he had to literally coach him, tell him what to do every step of the way, every game. He's like, I can't do that.
So who's teaching him now?
Yeah, I agree with you, but that's what Mourinho said. Mourinho had something against Shaw, but Mourinho had something against Pogba as well, and Martial. So,
well, he's got something to get, and you know what? You know what's funny too is that the exact person I just described in Shaw are the people that Mourinho has issues with. Ali is the exact same way.
Yeah, well,
Dele Alli is the exact same way.
I think Ali kind of brought that on himself though, when he was like, "All we do is just sit back and kick it long."
That's fine.
Yeah, which
that's not. You know what I mean? But under Poach, he was like a hothead to where like you just got to let Ali do. Ali can do what you want him to do if you let him do what he wants to do.
Yeah.
And I think that's the kind of play. I think that's the same type attitude player Shaw is. I think it's definitely the same type attitude player Pogba is. And I think that personality type is something that has a lot of friction with Mourinho.
Yeah.
Where he wants to be in absolute control and to be a part of this without having all of this fucking.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, I see what you're saying. It's just, but
it's not the attitude you want in a fullback, but it's not up to any of us. I mean, that's who that dude is.
Yeah, I mean, that's if he's doing what he's doing now, I'm perfectly fine with it. But
because people who are naturally good at shit never had to try hard. You gotta, and I know it's like a you know. You can have your disdain for that comment all you want, as true as it may be.
Yeah, I mean Shaw. I mean, there's no doubt Shaw's probably is. I don't know if it's naturally gifted. He's obviously had to work at it, but he's definitely like. He doesn't. It's like I was saying. He just doesn't seem like it's something that he enjoys doing. He just sees it as a day job, which, again, that could just be his personality. But
I could see a lot of our players feeling that way too after the past 4 or 5 years, though. And I mean, you can say that for any of the clubs who have cycled through managers, but there's a different kind of like level of standards, and I don't want to have to say that, but it's